So I'm busy packing for our next travel trip, which we are leaving on tomorrow. So excited about that, haven't traveled in ages. But with travel means I need to pull out all of my camera gear, start organizing it, and figure out what I actually need to take to do like a 3+ month travel content creation trip. And I thought it would be the perfect time to show you guys all of the travel gear that I'm actually going to be using. So here is kind of what's going on. The worst part is that that's not even nearly all of it, but I'm gonna pack it up. We've got a flight to get on, and I'll show you guys what I'm actually taking. I think I'm gonna need a bigger bag. So we got to Bali, super stoked to be here. And we're going to be traveling for the next few months, which means, of course, I needed to pack up all of my camera gear and figure out exactly what filmmaking gear I actually needed to go and travel. So I've done that, and I'm excited to show you guys everything that I brought along, including this brand new camera because I upgraded my main camera, and I'm excited to show you guys that. I very quickly landed the drone because it's starting to rain. The drone is not waterproof at all. So I've landed it quickly, packed it away. We are still gonna head down to the beach because I don't think it's really gonna rain that much. Like, there's still blue skies and everything. So even though it's raining right now, we're still gonna head down there, see if we can get a couple of shots. Hopefully it doesn't like pour with rain, because obviously in Bali, we only have a little scooter. So we can very easily get caught out here with like the camera bag and everything, so we'll have to see. Let's go down to the beach. I don't really know what's going on there. The random door on the beach. But we've made it down to the beach for sunset. It's not raining, and it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, which is really, really good. So we're just gonna capture a couple of little shots here, play with the new camera a little bit, get the sunset hopefully, and then I'll talk to you guys about the gear that I'm gonna be using. Oh man, it is so good to be back in Bali. We've been like stuck in Cape Town for 3 years without really being able to travel anywhere. As much as I love Cape Town, it is awesome to be out in a new spot back here in Bali. Love this place. I can't wait to shoot some of the videos we're going to be shooting here. Okay, let's talk about the gear that I brought for traveling. Just before we do that, I wanted to mention to you guys that I just started a vlog channel, a whole new channel where I'm going to be doing vlogs that are just like covering what we're doing in a way more like raw and uncut style. If you guys want to check that out, it's going to be linked in the top of the description. A couple of videos are out on there already, and they've been really fun to make, so I highly recommend going to check it out. Let's cover the gear. The first thing I'm going to do is just talk about what I'm filming on right now, and that is the Sony a7S III, which I recently just upgraded to, and I have the Tamron 17-28 f2.8 lens on there with a Nissi variable ND. I have it on the PGY Tech Mantis pod, and for audio I'm using the Rode Video Micro. That's like a super solid setup. I could get away with just having that and make all of the videos that I would want to make, but I have a kind of unique situation where, because I'm making filmmaking tutorials, I almost need 2 full setups of the gear that I need, so that I can have one setup to film myself filming with the other gear. So that might not be the case for all of you guys if you're just making like travel videos or vlogs or something like that. You won't necessarily need to film yourself filming videos, but for me I do. So let's go over some of the other gear and non-essential gear that I have. The first thing is going to be a gimbal. I have this Tech Weeble. I have another gimbal, a newer version, kind of, if you will, of this one, but it isn't released yet, so I can't show you guys that, but I do have one. And then the other gimbal I have is a cell phone gimbal, which is also not released. Can't show you that one. The phone I'm going to be shooting on is my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I can use that on the gimbal. Some of the other main things that I have, the other main camera and lens that I have is the Sony a7 III with the Tamron 2875. These two lenses together give me a really nice wide range of zoom, going from 17 all the way up to 75 at 2.8, and they are really small and light, which is obviously really important when you guys are traveling and you have limited space and weight that you can bring everything along with. I have another Nissi variable ND for that lens so that I can have one on each and I can swap them over really quickly and not have to screw them off and put it on to the next one. For the vlogs that I'm actually shooting on the other channel, I'm going super basic and I'm just shooting it on a GoPro. So I have the Hero 10 Black here with this little tripod mount thing that you can also hold it just to do like selfie stuff. And then, whoops, and then I have a bunch of GoPro accessories in here, just like mouth mounts, ND filters for the GoPro, a couple other like odd little mounts and floaty things so I can take it in the water and not worry about it sinking and losing it. For some of the lighting things that I brought, I obviously had to go super light, but I wanted to bring some sort of light. So I brought this tiny little panel light. This is a cool RGB light, and then this might be a little extra for a lot of you guys, but I also brought this Aperture Amaron 60 light. Now, this light is so tiny for what it is. Like normally these are like this big. This is so tiny, and this just means that I'm going to be able to shoot like anything in the room or whatever. If I want to shoot some talking head stuff like this and set up like a little temporary studio, I can do that with this. I also have a whole soft box for it. So this isn't too bad. It folds down like really small. I can set up the soft box and then have some really nice soft light. To hold the light, I just brought a tiny little light stand. So that is pretty extra, and I know a lot of you guys won't have to do that, but because I'm doing like tutorial style videos, I want to be able to have like a little light if I want to do like an editing video inside or something, just to keep the lighting really nice. For drone stuff, I have the DJI Air 2S Flymore combo with the extra batteries. Obviously need a drone to film all of the amazing landscapes out here in Indonesia and any other travel locations that we might head to. And then I had a huge debate on whether I should bring this, the DJI FPV, because as you can see, it takes up a lot of space. This isn't even all of it. I have the control and the batteries as well. And I nearly didn't bring this, but last minute I convinced myself to bring it. I actually spoke about that in the vlog if you guys went and watched that. But I think it was just too much of a good opportunity to miss out on, because the landscapes and things out here that I'll be able to capture with this FPV are gonna make it worth carrying this huge thing around. And I haven't been flying it enough, so hopefully by carrying it around and bringing it all the way to the other side of the world, it's gonna force me to fly it more, hopefully. Then one of the other like cool things we have is this dome. This water housing allows you to put a phone in it, so I can put my iPhone 13 in here, and you can also put an action camera in it inside there, and then you can get the water separation, and there's also a dome port for it, so you can get those crazy like split shots where it's half underwater, half over water. I have some really cool locations that we're gonna be going to with crystal clear, amazing water, so that's also big, but the shots that we're gonna be able to capture on that are gonna be totally worth carrying it around. In terms of like much less exciting things, I just have a little case full of all the charging cables that I'm gonna need. For editing, I'm gonna be using my MacBook Pro M1 13-inch, and then I have a couple of these 1 terabyte SSD drives, as well as some bigger 4 terabyte backup drives. So once I film everything over onto these, I I can back them up onto the 4 terabyte slow drive. For my actual bag, same bag I've had for ages now, and it is this Low Pro Tactic 450 AW2. Super nice bag, really comfortable, just the right size where I can throw like a bunch of stuff into it. It is really old and tatty now, but in terms of bags, I don't want something that's too nice. I want to be able to just throw it down in the dirt or put it in the sand at the beach. I don't want to have to baby it, so having one that I don't really care about, I am not too upset with, because it's still going to do the same job protecting all of my gear inside of it, which is the point of the bag. I also brought along an Insta360 1X2 to get some really cool 360 shots of riding around on scooters, maybe surfing, anything else. And then I brought the extendable selfie stick for it, just so that I can get those nice shots. That is pretty much all of the main things that I have to shoot travel videos for the next, I'm not sure how long, as we cruise around the next few months or whatever. I hope that that is interesting to you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I have some amazing ideas for videos to shoot out here in Bali in the coming days, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys those. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.